Hey, this is going to be brief. I have to chop it to the bone and beyond because I am going over and over and over and over. So here is this little song. And if you were a kid my age, if you were a little kid in the 60s and you had access to a TV, you would remember this song. Also, if you experienced Britain during the Great World War II. Because it was a huge hit then, and it's called Christopher Robin Went Down with Alice. Christopher Robin Went Down with Alice. Now, that song was my favorite song when I was like 5. And I had this friend, she was like 6, maybe I was 4, I don't know, but she was a year older than I was, and she was always going to be 1 year older than I was when we were little kids. We hung out, we had a great time, but as nature would have it, she was like, now you know, I am 1 year older than you, 1 year wiser, 1 year more experienced. She was lovely. She was not mean. Mischievous. We got into a lot of mischief together, but no meanness of any creature, great or small. Just fun. Funny. If you were lucky enough to have a child friend who was actually witty, win-win. So, one day we're hanging, and I say, hey, what's your favorite song? She says, Christopher Robin Went Down with Alice. And I was like, oh my God. My heart grew 3 times. I was like, that too is my favorite song. We share a favorite song. And, her attitude was like, oh, that's cool. Whatever. No big deal anyway. It was a few months later. I hadn't seen her in a while. So I came home. She was on the front porch of my mom's house. So her mom must have been visiting my mom or getting her hair done or something because they were good friends. And I don't know what made me just feel the need to allude to the fact that we shared the same song because I know what it was. Because when somebody's a year older than you and you know it and they know it, you want to impress them by being as cool as you can be. So I would have followed this little girl into a burning building, and a couple times I almost followed her out of a burning building because we were little pyromaniacs, and that was a innocent little thing. It was just innocent little thing that we did when we were little kids. And as I've said before, we grew out of it. But anyway, so she's on my front porch. I haven't seen her in a while. I'm very excited because she's one of my favorite people always. And I said, oh, I bet song. She said, what are you talking about? I said, well, you and I shared the favorite song. Christopher Robin Went Down with Alice. And she said, my favorite song is Put a Little Love in Your Heart. And I wasn't crushed, but because I was just like, it made me a little sad, but it didn't make me sad because she didn't say that with attitude or anything, even though sometimes she did say things like with attitude, like I'm in the first grade now and you are a preschooler. And then I remember when I was 9 and she was 10, I said, happy birthday. She said, yeah, I'm now a 2-digit number and you remain a 1-digit number. This was not mean stuff. This was just funny, witty kid stuff. But anyway, I wasn't sad that she didn't acknowledge that we had shared the song. I was sad because I knew at that moment that she had departed what we knew as early childhood. I mean, it was like, oh, next year I'll be listening to pop tunes and they'll be my favorite too. But for right now, Christopher Robin Went Down with Alice. And that repeated in our friendship growing up there. It repeated, several through the early years. I could see her a milestone. Well, for one thing, sometime, I don't know why, I would be at her house with her mother, and then we'd go pick her up at school and then come home. I don't know if it was a favor to my mom or what, but anyway, we hung out. I was very comfortable in their house and very welcomed, and just always had a good time. And I did not feel welcome or comfortable in most people's houses because I was a weird child, but good friends didn't care. Anyway, Christopher Robin went down with Alice. I just wanted to play that song. I wanted to point that little tidbit about childhood in my hometown out. And now that I'm really searching the deep and often disturbing wells of my memories of childhood, I'm sharing these little stories with you. They might mean something, they might not. I hope you can relate. I hope you don't compare, because listen, I've learned this in life, and I've learned this a long time ago. Do not compare yourself to your friends and your foes. Relate to them. Don't compare. Relate, because when you compare, it separates you. And when you relate, it brings you together. And that is the best. And yes, there are some people I cannot relate to, and vice versa. But it's okay if you try. Just try. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go out with Christopher Robin here. I'm gonna